to go ahead and get us started.
I don't know that I need this. All of you can hear me really well? You'll hear a light auto-tuning feature, and that's not an accident. So every part of the drop-in center is hopefully serving one then more function, right? So this just isn't a PA system, and it's not a karaoke machine, and it's not an auto-tuning machine. It's all three. When we turn these speakers up all the way, it can fill the room. Maybe we'll give you a presentation about later. So I want to welcome everyone. We're going to do a few of these presentations throughout the day until 3 o'clock. My name is Rafferty. I'm with Youth New Oregon. I have lived in Kentucky for different periods of my life. I was born in Ashland. I tried coming back. I was adopted in Oregon, and I tried coming back to start doing the work of this drop-in center a few years ago, but the right funding wasn't there yet, like it is now. And so I went to Oregon, and I started to do the work where there was the funding. And we developed these drop-in center models inside of community mental health plans, insurance companies. However we could get it funded, we got it funded. And why that's so kind of different than what is normally done is that we do peer support. We work with young adults who have gone through systems, who have experienced what it's like to be successful. But are we the recovery model? We're not the recovery model. We're not a 12-step program. Our model is all about being a bridge, to bridge young people back into more traditional models. So I'll give you an example of some of the work that we did in Oregon, and I'm going to link it to why this drop-in center is here. I'm sure Donna can do that as well. But we were here in Taylorsville two months ago, and I was training the Taylorsville peer support staff on what to do if an active shooter came into their drop-in center. It's an awful subject to train on. That sounds really bizarre that we have to train on that. But when we broke for a break, one of the peer support staff members rushed into the office because we were prepping for the next session, and he held out his phone, and there was a shooting in Oregon at one of the colleges just less than 50 miles away from our home office. So we were on the phone with the state a few hours later, and they asked us to intervene to go and work with the students. They asked a peer support-based program to come and handle a crisis. And that's because of one reason. We have youth engagement. We figured it out. We prioritized it. And what I've been telling a lot of the people here about why we're here to help you is not because we're smarter or better, but we just messed up a lot more. The other thing about our programming is that we are focused on results and outcomes. It's not about feeling good about the work. It's about what have you achieved in the lives of these young people. And so the drop-in center here, you look around and there are a lot of flashing lights. After I'm done speaking, we're going to have the Oculus Station operational virtual reality. Who here has tried virtual reality before? Some of you have. My sister, yeah, all right. So none of you have outside of? All right, cool. So who's heard of virtual reality? Okay, a lot of you haven't. So new technologies and things that pique the imaginations of young people. We can bring youth from the community who would never, ever interact with the system. Maybe they've been taught from their parents that the government is not safe. Maybe they have immigration status that makes them nervous. For whatever reason, there are lots of youth in our community that are falling through the cracks. And so we use tools like virtual reality Stuff that they can't get anywhere else. You can't go anywhere else in this town and try virtual reality. And we say, come in here and use it for free. And think about becoming a member here. Think about working with us. And then we start to introduce them to systems. We start to introduce them to services, and we help create a way to fill the gap a little bit. So, Pathways and Donna, and really everyone at Taylor across the state, they have the same goal that we have, reaching the system learner youth and doing it in a way that's effective, right? We can see outcomes because the people who are going to fund these programs need to see that they work. That's just the reality we live in. And so we have data systems on tablets when people are coming in. We use best practice models like the 40 developmental assets to track how well youth are doing when they're in our program. There are a lot of great feel-good programs, after-school programs out there that aren't tracking that kind of stuff, but we are. Because we have to prove to the insurance companies, as well as to the parents, that we can create a safe and effective environment. So, Donna, I want to bring you up here. Donna. I want to bring you up here, and then you have the last word. Donna didn't know. And I want to thank you, Donna, for, we worked with a lot of other drop-in centers. We worked with a lot of other drop-in centers, but Donna really investigated our model. She really looked into what we did, and she really trusted us with some of the decisions. I'll give you an example. The decals on the drop-in center here, we did the decals for the drop-in center in Louisville. Our organization produced those as well, but they couldn't look more different on the outside. The inside's not done yet. There are a few things that aren't done yet. They will be when we open, right? But on the outside, we've already talked with youth. They love it, right? In a smaller town, in a smaller environment, the stuff that we did in Louisville would look like marketing, would look like maybe we're trying to sell something to someone. Might make people a little uncomfortable. So in this community, using decals like this is a lot more effective. And let me tell you something. In a month, when you're driving by here at night, if you're driving around, come and see these decals at night. Because the light effects from the outside are going to be awesome. All right? So Donna gave us a lot of freedom to do the things that we know work, and she put in a few of the elements of the community that we didn't know so much about. And so Donna, I want to give you the last word.
Well, I'm very excited to see people here. I'm very excited this day. Some of you know that we started this about a year ago, and it's taken us a long time to get to this point, but we're really, really excited. And so there is some things that's not done yet, so kind of look over that, but definitely investigate some of the stations that we have. The Oculus Rift over here is very exciting, I'm told. Be careful about motion sickness. And there's popcorn, but really get the feel, what we wanted you to get the feel for is the way the youth would see this. That you all are all adults and in community service, but we want you to understand it from the youth's perspective, because that's the most important thing. We want to reach them, and we want you to go back and who you serve and tell the youth about this and what we can do for them. So that's the most important thing. So thank you all very much for coming. Stay around. Martin's going to talk more in a little while and give you some more examples about what we're going to be doing. Thank you.
And, because this is an open house, we're gonna be breaking this up so when new people come in, like we just had some new people come in, they can get some information too a little later. So in about 45 minutes, we'll do another piece. Until then, Jamie, raise your hand. Jamie's walking around with a tablet, and the reason she's doing that, we have 4K video that we took at the drop-in center before we came last week. All right, so when you're watching this footage, she's walking around and showing it. take a look at what this space looked like a week ago. You're going to be shocked. Line up for the virtual reality, the Oculus Rift, and please eat more snacks. We'll be back in a little bit.